All right, so we did the New York Knicks. Now it's time to do the Toronto Raptors. I think it's like what 2-3 days later. I had done the New York Knicks when like literally 5 minutes after the trade dropped. I went straight to my setup and I just started recording. And now, like I think an hour after the official trade happened, we found out that Malachi Flynn and a second round pick was included. And in the next video I did, it was there wasn't any Malachi Flynn, I'm pretty sure. I think 2K already did the trade. Emmanuel quickly is on the team and they have RG Barrett. And let me just make sure. So there's no Malachi Flynn, OG, or Precious. Do we have the pick? It was like a 2024 second round pick. We don't have our pick. So, I mean, to be honest, I don't really care. It's just a second round pick. So rosters looking like they have Emmanuel quickly, Gary Trent starting. Yeah. We're not gonna accept that. Much better. So we have RG at the 2, quickly at the 1, Barnes, Siakam, Pirtle, and then Schroeder, Gary Trent, Thad Young, Chris Boucher, Otto Porter. Okay, and also Christian Coloco. So what I feel like I'm gonna do with this team, first things first, we're gonna send Grady Dick to the G, and I think what I do is also there's no start today option either. So I'm sorry about that. The next 2K, I'm just gonna get on console because I have it on PC because it's convenient for me to record off it. Yes, it is 2K24. I know some people might be skeptical about that. It is in fact 2K24. So I think the first trade I want to do is I want to trade Siakam. To whom? I have no idea. We're just gonna see what his market is like. Obviously there are links to him being traded to Sacramento. So maybe I could like orchestrate some sort of Sacramento trade potentially. So Sacramento they have Harrison Barnes as like a big contract. So we'll throw in Harrison Barnes, throw in Siakam, and they have to make up 16 more mil. I don't know how likely this is, but obviously Keegan Murray might have to be a piece. Keegan Murray's gonna have to be a piece. So if we do this, they still have to make up 6 mil. So if they throw in like, I don't know, we'll say what, Sasha, and then we throw in, who do we even give up? Do we give up Gary Trent too? Or Chris Boucher? Yeah, we can't even give them up because they're making too much money. We'd have to give up like maybe Christian Coloco, and then we'll give you Jonte Porter. The Kings will make 1 mil more. So okay, I don't think that's gonna work. What if we just pair Siakam and Christian Coloco? What if we just pair both of them up? This is such a bad trade. Who in their right mind would ever do this trade? This is such a horrible trade. Okay, better off. I'm gonna go ahead and sim to the trade deadline. I think we're okay with what we have right now. I don't want to make any big trades. I'm gonna try to make this rebuild as realistic as I can. I don't know how likely that's gonna be, obviously, because it is kind of hard to make a realistic trade in general. Sure, we can do this. We're throwing in a second round pick. We're getting DeLon Wright. Welcome back to Toronto. And yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll roll with that. We'll make DeLon Wright a shooting guard, and then we'll just go ahead and roll with that. I'm okay with that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and sim to the trade deadline and then hope to God from there. Okay, the teams are already not playing that good, but see if some teams are buying, and we'll just sell Siakam very high, even if it's on his last year. I don't care. So obviously the RJ and Emmanuel quickly is to pair around Scotty Barnes, right? It's not to pair around Pascal Siakam because first of all the timeline doesn't match. He's on 1 year, and chances are he might not want to play for Toronto anymore after winning that championship in the direction the team's going. So the idea is to build around Scotty, who have Emmanuel quickly, and they have RJ Barrett already. And for some reason they make Gary Trent start. Okay, that's so weird. So Siakam's on fire and he's averaging these numbers. That's pretty dookie. We're gonna go and take a look at what teams are selling now, or I should say buying. Teams that are buying that would be realistic to sell to, you know? The Kings are buying. So I mean, to me, it seems like it could work out. We'll throw in Siakam, then we'll go to Sacramento. Maybe get like a Kevin Huerter instead of Keegan Murray. I really like Keegan Murray, but maybe Kevin Huerter would work better. We'll throw in Kevin Huerter. Give me Harrison Barnes too. So this works contractually, I think. We'll just give you a filler player. We'll give you fucking Christian Coloco, or actually, you know what? Jonte Porter, and then you give us a future 2027 first round pick. This leaves you with too many power forwards to deal. Okay, so you know what? We'll just, boom, make Siakam a small forward because 2K wants to be stupid like that. And then we'll talk to the Kings again. So Kevin Huerter, give me Harrison Barnes too. Give me a 2027 first round pick, and then we'll go ahead and throw Siakam and then Porter, Jonte Porter. Do you accept this now? You're not interested in this trade. You have a counter offer. We're throwing a Garrett Temple in a 2026 second round pick. Sure. Can I maybe finesse one more first round pick? Are you guys willing to do that? You guys want a 2026 first round top 5 protected, and we're getting 2 unprotected first round picks? Sure. Okay, cool. So we got 2 first round picks for for Siakam. Great. So now we have a young core built around Scotty Barnes. The only issue is we don't have our first round pick, right? We don't have our first round pick, and contract wise, I think Harrison Barnes is expiring. So next year we have RJ, Jakob, Harrison Barnes. Now Harrison Barnes is locked in for a pretty hefty amount. We have honestly a lot of people locked in besides Gary Trent, who is a RFA, and Emmanuel Quickly too, also an RFA. Or sorry, no, Gary Trent is not an RFA. So I think we just go flow out, just rebuild mode. Like how OKC did, they just traded a bunch of pieces for picks and just built around Shea. And I mean, it's working out pretty good for them right now. So I'll take a look at the buying teams one more time and then just sell them. Literally, just maybe sell Gary Trent for a bunch of first round picks. There weren't really any good teams buying, so I'm just gonna put Gary Trent on the market and see what I can get out of it. We get Duncan Robinson, who I'm not down to take up his contract, and if I do, I don't want some first round picks at least. We could get a Spurs first round pick in 2027. I'm not down for that either. What if I throw you guys in also? You know, Chris Boucher is kind of old, making a good amount of money. What if I just throw him into? Can I get anyone? So I'm not getting any first round picks. I'm just gonna throw in Chris Boucher just like that. See if maybe I could snag a first round pick just for him like that. I'm not gonna trade Chris Boucher just because he has another year, so I could just trade him next season if anything. But I do want to get rid of Gary Trent because he's making 18 M's, and I don't have to be the person to pay him after that, you know. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of these trades are not realistic at all, but I'm just gonna flip him to OKC, get Isaiah Joe and then Kenrich Williams, who aren't making that much, so it's a nice like little salary dump, you know. I didn't get any first round picks out of it. I'm not too bothered for that. So now the rotation is looking like quickly: Isaiah Joe, RJ, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, Dennis Schroeder, Kevin Huerter, Harrison Barnes, Chris Boucher, Kenrich Williams, Christian Coloco. Okay, I think maybe I do one more trade and trade Jakob Poeltl. I don't know. Maybe we'll test the market, you know, just blow up the whole team. I think that would be really good for the team. On second thought, I'm going to keep Jakob. We have him for next season anyways. I just want to take a look at our contract, see if we could afford anybody. Yeah, so as expected, we won't have much to spend and play around with because we have some decent people making decent contracts as is. So I think it is logical here. We trade him, and we'll also trade Delon Wright, who's making 8 mil. We'll flip those two, maybe for like an expiring contract or something. So the Heat offered me Kyle Lowry and Highsmith, like straight up like that. But I threw in a 2028 first round pick in hopes that they would do it, because I am still giving up Jakob, who has like another 3 more years to his deal. Kyle Lowry's expiring, so I don't have to worry about his contract. See if they accept that. They throw in a counter offer, Otto Porter, and I'm getting a first round pick. Yeah, I'll easily do that. Thank you very much. So now besides Kyle Lowry, no one's really making that much money, but I still want to flip Harrison Barnes because he's locked in for a good amount. Kevin Huerter, I do want to try and develop as much as I can. So I'll throw in Harrison Barnes with Chris Boucher and just literally blow that up too. See if we could dump some salary essentially. Obviously to a team that makes sense. Like I'm not just going to dump it just for the sake of dumping it. And in this case, it doesn't look like we have that many people. Okay, no, we could dump them to Philly. So I'm going to do this and see if they could sauce us a first round pick too. You want to sauce us maybe... yeah, the Clippers pick sounds juicy. Sauce us the Clippers pick. You're not interested? You want us to put in Isaiah Joe and you'll give us down your house? Yeah, thank you very much. So the team is very dookie. We have a lot of one-year deals that I'm not worried about because it's going to expire. So we could sign some decent people potentially. Potentially. We have enough to sign a max player, 54 M's. Okay, cool. So now, rotation is looking like quickly Huerter, RJ, Scotty Barnes, Christian Coloco. Off the bench, we have Schroeder, Kyle Lowry. I don't want to give you any minutes. I'm sorry. So this is new rotation we're running with. Off the bench, we have Dennis Schroeder, Jalen McDaniels, Marcus Smart, Highsmith, Kenrich Williams, and Nicholas Batum. Okay, I'm actually going to take away those minutes, and I'll give them more to the young pieces. Quickly, you should be getting more minutes. Kevin Huerter, more minutes. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take away a lot of their minutes. I want to develop these bad boys. I want to develop these guys to be some studs. I think that's good enough. We're going to roll with that. That's good. All right, so the team finished 31-51. As expected, I was not trying to win whatsoever. Luka MVP, Wemby Rookie of the Year, 6-man Westbrook, DPOY Giannis, Evan Mobley Most Improved, and Eric Spoelstra Coach of the Year. Okay, congrats to Miami. I guess Jakob really turned it up for you guys. Go ahead and simulate the round. I didn't mean to do the round. I meant to do the whole playoffs. Simulate the whole playoffs, and we have Ja in the finals along with Trae Young. So we have a Trae Young finals, and Ja wins in 5. Congratulations. Welcome back from the rehab. Imagine that shit actually happened in real life where Ja just goes to the finals and wins it after missing the first 25 games of the season. I kind of want to just like trade Kenrich Williams for literally any pick anything. We get an unprotected first round pick from the Magic. See, I don't know how realistic that is. We could do it the 23rd pick. You know what? We'll do the 23rd pick. Fuck it. We'll do that. It's gonna be some player that we could actually use. There's Riley Kugel, who has 8 badges. He's a center. Oops, I mean a shooting guard. We'll go ahead and just draft him. I don't know what is up with me. I'm voice cracking way too much. I think I'm just tired, man. I should be going to bed, get ready for work and stuff, but it is what it is. He's a 73 overall. Maybe he could progress in the G. Qualifying offers, I'm just gonna throw on too quickly, low key. Yeah, I can't be bothered offering you guys another one. The only person I'm worried to sign is quickly. He wants to make 20 M's, which to me that's fine. We'll give you a player option with a flat, and then just give you 20 M's like on the dot. Or number 1 on his offer. Hopefully it stays that way, and he agrees to sign. Awesome. Okay, cool. So now we have, see, why does 2K do this? Why is 2K doing this? I don't want to have to match the offer now. I don't get it. Now I'm forced to match it. I don't get that. Am I missing something? Am I just missing something completely? So Obi Toppin's a free agent. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw him an offer, maybe sign him. I doubt it. Christian Wood is also a free agent. We'll go ahead and throw him a contract too. And then Lonzo has 0 offers. So I mean, might as well throw an offer at Alonzo too. We'll give you a 4-year deal. We signed Christian Wood and Lonzo Ball. Okay, that's awesome. We cannot sign Obi Toppin and put us over the cap. So honestly, I'm happy with that. We get Lonzo on the team. I don't know how realistic that is, but if no one's gonna throw him a deal, I might as well just snag him, you know? Scotty Barnes progresses to an 88, RJ 83, Lonzo Ball went up 1 overall. Grady Dick is now a 79 overall, went up 9 overalls in the G. So that's awesome. Okay, great. I'm gonna go ahead and give Scotty Barnes combo guard. A bunch of his stats go up, which is great. And then I'm not too sure who I want to use the next thing on. I think I'm just gonna go untapped potential to Grady Dick. I think we'll go ahead and do that, because I feel like in 2K his potential is just mad crazy, and he's also a hooper too. Like, I did a sim once and he averaged nearly 20 points just off his first year. All right, so at the start of the season, the lineup's looking like Lonzo, Grady Dick, RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Christian Wood. Off the bench, quickly, Schroeder, Herder, Koloko, Jalen McDaniels. We have a lot of guards. So what I'm thinking is I flip Dennis Schroeder, get a better starting center, and then have Christian Wood come off the bench. That's the plan. We also drafted Riley Kugel. I want to see what his market's looking like over there, or not his market, his value, I should say. He has 2 stars, and our first round pick has 3 stars. Okay, that's really good. So I do think we're gonna be pretty good this season. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to throw in Dennis Schroeder, Christian Wood, and our first round pick. I want to see if we could hit a deep one over here. We're able to get Claxton and Cam Thomas with our first round pick that supposedly is going to be really good for them. And we get literally a center that I needed, and then a shooting guard to come off the bench. Now the starting lineup's looking like Lonzo, Grady Dick, RJ, Scotty Barnes, Claxton. Off the bench, we have Cam Thomas, Emmanuel Quickly, Kevin Herter, Christian Koloko, and Jalen McDaniels. So because we have Cam Thomas and Kevin Herter, I do want to flip one of them to get a forward off our bench. We'll go ahead and throw Kevin Herter, and then we'll also throw in just Riley Kugel. See if we get any forward that's worth value. I feel like this makes sense for the Pistons. I'm going to take Bojan Bogdanovic, give you guys 2 young pieces, and yeah, because we're kind of like in a win now situation after we rebuilt a bit, you could say. Starting 5 is looking pretty solid. I just want to improve like the 10-man. I want to flip Jalen McDaniels, and I'm not too confident in Christian Koloko being our backup big either. So I think I trade Jalen McDaniels, and I'll throw in like a few second-round picks to see what we can get. I have no second-round picks. I have 1 second-round pick, 2 second-round picks. We'll throw in both those. We can get Kevin Love, who's on his last year, I think. He has 1 more year, so we'll get Kevin Love. I mean, sure, we'll go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm pretty happy with the team. I feel like we are very young and have a lot of upside. Nicholas Claxton is locked in for 5 years, and yeah, honestly, the team's locked in for a very long time. So I'm honestly not worried. We're gonna sim to the trade deadline, and then hope to God the team's performing good, because we did trade our first round pick that supposedly is gonna be juicy. Playoff team is what I want to be at least, and as from what I see right now, we're gonna be a playoff team most definitely. At trade deadline, the team's 32-18, which is amazing. Grady Dick is having, I would assume, a good season, 12.5 points, good shooting splits. Lonzo Ball is just doing Lonzo Ball things. Scotty Barnes is averaging 20, about 1.5 steals, good assists, diming it, and very good shooting splits actually. Off the bench, we have Emmanuel Quickly averaging 13 points. Cam Thomas is okay. I'm gonna give those 5 more minutes to Cam Thomas. we'll just go ahead and make Cam Thomas our sixth man. Bogdanovich is playing great off the bench. The bench is playing good. RJ is having a really good season too, actually. Claxton is playing pretty good too, just shot blocking and shit. I want to see how the team's doing defensively. Maybe if we're number 1 in defense, so never mind. And then scoring the ball wise, we are number 12th. So we have the first best defense and then the 12th best offense. I feel like the offense will come as the players progress even more. I'm not in a desperate win now situation because the team is locked in pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and sim to the season and then see if we'll see what that leads us. The team kind of had a shitty second half. Luka MVP, Alex Sarr Rookie of the Year, 6-man Fred VanVleet, Giannis DPOY, MIP, Jonathan Kuminga, and then Michael Malone Coach of the Year. We have no players in All NBA. All defensive, we have, I was gonna say OG for a second, but we do not have anyone either. Not even Nicholas Claxton. Okay, the team finished 6th seed versus the Miami Heat, who are pretty good, I assume. They have Tyler Hero, who's an 87, Butler, Jonathan Isaac, Bam. So they have the main 3, and then I don't know who the fuck their point guard is, I'm gonna be honest. Bogdanovich is a little cold. I'm gonna take a few minutes away from you. We'll take a few from these guys over here too, and then we'll give them mostly to the star players. We'll give Scotty Barnes 36, RJ a few more minutes, Lonzo, and then Grady Dick some minutes too. Okay, so now game 1 in Miami, and it looks like it's gonna be a dub for us. We snagged the dub. Good, we're up 1-0. Game 2 in Miami, if we could go up 2-0, I'm feeling confident in this series. And we get absolutely steamrolled. Okay. Game 3 in Toronto. Can we win? Absolutely not. We lose by 1 point. Great. I'm just gonna go ahead and sim it around. And we lose in 5. Fantastic. And the Heat made it to the finals. I feel like whatever team beats us just makes it to the finals. Josh trying to get a back-to-back over here. And then Miami Heat win. Okay. Tyler Hero is your finals MVP. So now free agency. We have to sign quite a few people actually. We've signed Emmanuel Quickly back, Scotty Barnes, RFA, and Cam Thomas also an RFA. Obviously, I want to prioritize signing Scotty Barnes. We're gonna do that. We'll also throw in a player option for you. And then I feel like Emmanuel Quickly should be our second priority, and then followed by Cam Thomas. Okay, so for some reason we have to match these two guys because I don't know what 2K is cooking. They accept a 1-year 13 M's instead of a max contract. I also signed Markelle Fultz. I signed him just to flip him, if I'm being honest. We have a lot of guards to worry about. Player progression, Scotty's a 90, RJ 84, Claxton went down a bit, and then overall the team kind of just went up and down-ish. Why is Lonzo and Markelle Fultz regressing? You guys are only 27. So I feel like this is like a win-now situation. The team is pretty decent. Like they're still young. I need to get like a big boom for the power forward position. That's what I'm feeling like right now. And because 2K screwed me over, Scotty Barnes signed a 1-year deal, and same thing with Cam Thomas. I feel like I'm in a tight situation here where I have to flip Cam Thomas, and maybe we'll throw in Lonzo Ball too, because who's our point guard right now? I don't even know. We'll throw both of them, and then we'll also throw in a Kings first round pick and see if we can snag a nice power forward for us. I'm gonna see if I could snag Karl Anthony Towns with a Lonzo Markelle trade. We'll give you 2 first round picks. Yes, they agree. Boom. It's like kind of not that realistic, but we get Towns, so now the starting lineup's looking pretty juicy. Off the bench, we have RJ, Cam Thomas, and whoever these guys are, who I do want to flip. I'm able to get 2 for the price of 1. We're getting Marcus Smart, who's good defensively, and Triple J, so I'm for sure gonna do that. Even though they just made the finals, Triple J, I know you just made the finals, but you're gonna win it here, so it's all good. I'm gonna do this trade next. I'm gonna get Austin Reeves and Moritz Wagner for Marcus Smart and a first round pick. Also Norman Powell, don't forget about that. So now we upgrade our bench a good amount too. Austin Reeves is our starting point guard. I don't think I agree with that. I still want Emmanuel Quickly, and then we'll have Austin Reeves off the bench. This went from a semi-realistic rebuild to just whatever the fuck it is. I'm flipping Claxton for literally 2 better players, so might as well do that. We also got a big to replace him, as well as a starting shooting guard. So I mean, and then I could actually flip Cam Thomas. I want to see if I could flip him maybe for a power forward. I think I'm okay with this rotation. I feel like we're gonna roll with it for a little bit. We have Austin Reeves, DeJounte Murray, Scotty Barnes, Triple J, Onyeka Okongwu, RJ, Cam Thomas, Grady Dick, Emmanuel Quickly, and Moritz Wagner off the bench. I'm happy with that. Let's see what system best fits us though. System wise, I think we're just gonna stick with what we were doing, which was balanced. And now we sim to the trade deadline. Okay. The team's 33-18. Everyone seems to be playing all right. DeJounte is playing good. Austin Reeves apparently is playing good. RJ off the bench, 16.5. Cam Thomas, 16. Grady Dick, 7 points. Quickly, who's our 9th man, which is ridiculous. And then Moritz Wagner is stretching the floor and playing pretty good. Okay. I'm going to do this trade here just because Brandon Clark's better defensively. He's averaging 2 blocks, and Onyeka is barely averaging 1. And they're shooting the ball pretty evenly. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Value-wise, maybe I'm losing out, but Brandon Clark is going to help out. out Triple J with some good blocks over there. And it increases our defense a little bit too, which is good. So at the end of the season, the team finished 54-28. Luka, Cooper, Justin, you know, the usual stuff that people are expected to win. We had Scotty in All-NBA second, averaging 20, about 10, 5.5, good shooting splits, 1.5 steals, blocks. About LeBron at 41, All-NBA third. Dude, what the fuck? All defensive, we had Triple J also, All NBA second with 2.1 blocks and decent stats too. So Toronto's the second seed. We are versus Orlando in the first round, who have Paolo Banchero, and to be honest, that's about it. I'm not too worried about it. I do want to shorten the rotation a little bit. So we have Quickly, Dick, Thomas, RJ Barrett, Brandon Clark, Triple J, Barnes, Murray, and Reeves. I'm okay with that. No backup big though, so I don't know how badly that'll cost us. I'm just gonna go ahead and simulate the round. We went in 7. Okay, I really thought I was about to lose in the first round. I wouldn't have been surprised, to be honest. Second round is versus New York, and New York has Donovan Mitchell, Siakam, and Jalen Brunson. That's kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little scary. We'll take this one game by game. Game 1 in Toronto. Looks like New York's just gonna pull through unless we pull in the fourth, which is not gonna happen. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. If we fall down 2-0, I'm just gonna go ahead and simulate the rest of the round. Don't let them take both of them at home, man. Don't let them take both games at home. Yeah, this is a blowout. This is over. Toronto wins game 2 to tie up the series. Now we're in New York. Hopefully Toronto could steal one game, and we do. We managed to win one within 3 points. This is a very important game. If we get up 3-1, I don't think we're gonna lose it. Okay, so we get blown out, and I feel like game 5 is also really important. Whoever wins this, I feel like tends to win the rest of the series, which is going to go to us, so that's really good. Let's just end it here. Ended in New York in 6. The 6 ended in 6. Boom. Good. We made it to the Eastern Conference Finals now versus Indiana, who's the first seed. Indiana has Tyrese, OG, Benedict Mathurin, Jarvis Walker, and Clint Capella. So overall, pretty balanced team. I'm not going to lie. We'll simulate game 1 anyways. I'm not that confident in this one here. Indiana does pull through with 6 points. Game 2 still in Indy. Can we steal if we could steal one game and win both at home, I'm confident with that. And we steal one. Good. So now we're going back home to Toronto. And if we could get up a nice 3-1 lead here, I'm pretty confident with that. And that's not the case. Indiana also steals one in our home court. As long as we could tie it. Don't let them get a 3-1 lead. As long as we could tie it, and obviously, okay, that's not going to happen. But hey, 3-1 comebacks have happened before, and maybe we could do it. Maybe. Yeah, no, we can't. Okay, so the Pacers made it to the finals, and fucking the Nuggets won. So there you guys have it. This is the Toronto Raptors rebuild with our good friend RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share it to your great grandmothers, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces Malusas.